time ago.
All right, y'all know what this is.
I can still remember how that music
Don McLean.
used to
Don
make me
McLean.
smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those
All right, let's do
people
this.
dance and maybe they'd be happy for a while.
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus. Now, this one's interesting. I'm not going to get up here in front and be like, yo, first time reaction, Don McLean. I want to just preface this so we're all on the same page, okay? Don McLean. A bunch of people was like, yo, react to Don McLean. And I hope I'm saying that. I want to say Don McLean so bad, like clean, but that's not it. It's Don McLean, I believe, okay? And they're like American Pie. And I'm like, hold on. Bye, Miss American Pie. Oh, Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And this whiskey and rye, this'll be the day that the D word, right? I don't like saying that word. It's weird, right? Anyways, I was like, I know that. Why? I've been doing like first time reactions. Then I go click on the song. It's 8 minutes and 32 seconds. I realized that's all I know from the song is the hook. Now, there might be some parts here and there, but I'm realizing is this song, I think it was in a movie. This is a song that people play at barbecues, 4th of July, but I realized I don't know the lyrics to this song. And when I saw that it was 8 minutes and 32 seconds, I was like, bro, I have to check this out. Because I don't know this song. Like, that's what I know, what I just sung to you. I don't know what the song is about, and today I'd like to find out. So I wouldn't call this a first-time reaction. It definitely is not that. I guess we could say we're revisiting, but I don't even know it well enough to say I'm revisiting it. So a lot of this I'm going to be listening with new ears. Just wanted to preface that. You decide if you want to stay or not as I check this out, because this is listed as one of the greatest songs of all time. I think there was a list, this was like top 5. Saying this is one of the top 5 songs of all time, just period, just in the world. I think Somewhere Over the Rainbow is in that list. It's just one of those songs that's like, bro, this is just one of those ones. Let's get into it. If you guys are here for it, like, share, comment, subscribe.
40-year-old boys are back in town. 40. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, y'all. Let me get this logo down, pull the video up. Don't forget, support the original content on the channel. I've been dropping some music and music videos, and we're working on some other stuff. When you support it, we're we're able to produce more of it. And then you know what it is, man. Shout out to all the members on the channel. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description. You get access to all the reactions early, things we're doing behind the scenes. Again, there's never an obligation, just letting you know. But for reals, thank you to the members who've been supporting. You're too generous, man. But anyways, let's get into this. So Don McLean, and I'm tripping because American Pie, I think of the movie American Pie, right? That's my word association immediately. The one where the dude sticks his D in a pie. Yeah, that's what I think of. Weird. Sorry, you guys. Anyways, but Don McLean, I didn't even know the name of the man who wrote this. So let's put some respect on his name. Say it aloud. Don McLean. Don McLean. McLean, yeah. So shout out to him, man. This is kind of wild. Of course, again, before people go crazy, man, because I get some weird comments where people are like, there's no way you haven't heard this before. And if I said I hadn't heard it before, I ain't heard it before. And y'all see me in my reactions. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, I've heard this hook. I thought I didn't hear something, but then I'm like, I've heard this hook before. That happens when you come from the age where everything wasn't on Spotify. You hear random shit on the radio. I wasn't buying rock albums or country albums. I bought rap albums, and my parents listened to gospel music, blah, blah, blah. So to get that, I don't know. I get triggered when people try to say they know what I've heard and blah. Dude, there's so much music out there. What do I benefit from getting on here being like, I didn't hear this before? I've heard the hook to this. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. So let's just get into it. Let's see what sounds familiar. If there's anything else that I forgot that I've heard. What is this song about? What is this song about? It's called American Pie. What is it about? America? Right? What is it about? So let's get into this.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while.
That sounds very familiar. I've heard this part.
But February made me shiver.
I have not
With
heard
every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Hold up. Oh, this is weird. This is like some weird synergistic synergy going on. The day the music died. The only reason I know that phrase is because of the comments. I just did a music reaction to one of my favorite songs of all time is La Bamba, and it's Richie Valens. And so I played La Bamba at the beginning, and I reacted to We Belong Together because I never heard that from Richie Valens. It actually reminded me of Earth Angel. And people in the comments were saying he passed away in a plane crash with Buddy Holly and Bopper, the Big Bopper or some shit, the Topper, Big Bopper or some shit. And people kept, I've seen that multiple times in the comments on that reaction. It's the day music died. No way this is what this is about. No way. Okay, I'm kind of because I just did that reaction. The only reason I've ever heard the saying "the day the music died" is from comments in my Richie Valens reaction. So now I feel like a detective trying to connect the dots. Did Don know someone on that airplane? Is that what this song is about? All right, let's listen. That's crazy if it is. It's kind of eerie if it is.
Deep inside the day the music died. So bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so.
I've never heard this part. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm going to go back because the hook, bye Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This Will Be the Day That I Die." Now, one reason I don't sing this hook, I just don't like saying "This will be the day that I die." I just don't like saying verbiage like that in my life. I believe words become things. So it's so interesting. I struggle even repeating that. I wanted to say this. Okay. Drove the Chevy, so they're in Chevys, to the levee. Isn't the levee like a well or something? Because it's dry. Good old boys drinking whiskey and rye. Rye is what they use to make alcohol, right? I don't know. I don't drink, but I think it is. So they're just drinking, singing this. So it's almost like the boys are like partying, maybe racing or something. He says the Chevy. Back then they used to race a little bit. But I don't understand how that connects to the day, he said the day the music died. And if that's referring to Richie Valens or Buddy Holly and Bopper or Topper, Big Bopper or something like that. I think they all died in a plane together. Something like that has happened. I believe that's what you guys said in the comments. Okay. All right. Let's just try to get through this. Singing "This Will Be the Day That I Die." And so if you connect it, is it like he's like, maybe they're in heaven, or maybe it's before they went on the plane, or is it even about that? I don't know. I don't know. But it could be. It could be.
This will be the day that I die.
All right, let's go.
Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above?
I do.
If the Bible tells you so. Now, do you believe in rock and roll?
Okay.
Can music save your mortal soul?
No, it can't.
Can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythmic blues. I was a lonely teenage bronc and buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie." Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die."
Yo, this song's incredible. Love the vibe. I love his voice. I am tripping because that last whole stanza I've never heard before. And it's interesting. The first part is what got me, because it sounds like he's asking, do you believe in God? But then he's saying music, or he's saying rock and roll. And God trumps everything, right? God, family, country is how I work, you know? It's interesting because I never looked at music like he talked about it. He said, what did he say? With the soul part. And I was like, yo, can music save your soul or something? I'm trying to do it. Can music save your soul? I don't know. Let me just bring it back. Okay, where are we right here? This might be a long reaction, you guys, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this song, because it's 8 minutes long, and it's one of the greatest songs in the history, is what they're saying. So let's just go back right here.
Mortal soul, and can you teach me how to dance?
Can music save your mortal soul? That's what he said. Can music sing it? Okay. He said, can music save your mortal soul? I don't believe it can. I mean, not in the sense, but it's weird because music can save a life in the sense of give you hope and help get you out of dark places. So what's he talking about? Because when you say, do you believe in the book of love? Do you believe in God? And then go right into, can rock and roll save your mortal soul? Hey, did we just get an answer? Like, where's the light go, man? Yo, what's up? What the hell? That's so weird. What is going on? Anyway, I'm OCD about that light. It's going to go off and I'll have to turn it back on. Anyways, and then he starts describing what I believe is like a homecoming or prom. He talks about, hopefully that stays on because that's part of my shtick. The carnation, right? The carnation dancing. He's out of luck because the girl's with another dude. That's what he said. So we're going all over the place with this song. And then it goes back into the hook. And this hook just reminds me, like, if I'm not, no stolen valor here, but if I was a soldier, this would be the song the day before I would go into battle, like storming the shores of Normandy, or going into like, hey, you know that saying, it's a good day to die. You know, I'm going out for my country, for my people. Let's go. This is what I would imagine myself playing in that moment.
This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone, but that's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came Pegasus stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned. And while Lenin read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark. The day the music died, we were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Yo, he just spun me for a loop. This is what happened when I reacted to who was it recently? I think it was Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. I was like, what is this about? There was another song recently I reacted to, and like, you know, Bob Dylan lyrics where you're just, it's like they're like coded or something. It's like, it threw me for a loop. I didn't understand what he's talking about. So he said, who the hell's the jester? For some reason that stood out to me. He said the jester and the king. And it's like, is this metaphorical or literal? Like, you know, a king and a court jester, and he's just making this like timeless song. So it's just that. But then he said the king wears the crown of thorns. He's talking about Jesus. He's talking about Jesus Christ, the King of Kings. That's what he's talking about. When you say crown of thorns like that, that's what you're talking about. He mentioned the Bible earlier. But then, you know, it's interesting because you got people like who were like the king, or the king of pop was Michael Jackson. Elvis was the king. So I don't know. And there was weird because the Lennon was two N's. And what's the dude's name? John Lennon. But what's the other dude that started like, was it Leninism or some? He mentioned Marx, Karl Marx, like the Marxist stuff. And in the 60s and 70s, there was a big push with like the Black Liberation Army, I believe, and they were pushing Marxism, and so were other sects, and they were trying to bring communism into certain places. And that's a little bit above my pay grade, but I know that was a thing, and it's still a thing to this day, which is really interesting. Because if we go back, I don't know when this was made, but the 60s and 70s, it was really polarizing with the Vietnam War and all that stuff. Fast forward today, we had 2020 with all the riots. We had all the polarization in our politics. We have all these wars going on. I'm feeling kind of eerie and cryptic, like I'm like in this weird time capsule where things are reoccurring. I don't know why I just got that vibe just now. Anyways, I don't know who the jester is. I don't really know what's going on here. That verse threw me for a loop. And obvious, I've never heard it before because I'm just like, bro, what is he talking about? So now this song, it goes from multiple things. I guess we'll just wait till the end. I'll see what I think of the whole thing together because it seems like it's just going in a lot of different places.
Helter skelter in the summer swelter, the birds flew off. This'll be the day.
Helter Skelter, isn't that Charles Manson? Yo, this freaking song is wild.
That I died. Helter skelter in the summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass with the jester on the sidelines in a cast.
Jester.
Now the halftime air was sweet perfume while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed today? The music died. We started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. And in the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. They were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die.
I'm just going to get this out of the way. I loved it. I love this song. It is just so good. But nothing, because but cancels out your current statement. Let's dive into the song. I don't know what this is about exactly. It took me for a couple of spins. You know, the day the music died is the biggest part of this song. What does that mean? Now, the only reason I have an idea, I would be in here driving blind if it wasn't for you guys. I randomly did a reaction to Richie Valens. It dropped just a few days ago. And the comments said the day the music died. That's what people call it. So if it's a reference to that, then I have to wonder, was he friends with Richie Valens? The Big Bopper, I believe it was. Bopper or Popper or something like that. And Buddy Holly. Or was he just friends with one of them? And did that help inspire this song? Then we go through the song and the different things that, like the one that tripped me out was, I'm guessing he's Catholic because he mentions the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And that's the only time I would think of hearing that. But then he said they caught the train. And it's almost like, it's interesting. I don't know how all this connects. It's unfortunate. I just don't know enough about Don McLean and his experiences, because also I know, and maybe there was more people on that plane the day the music died, plane that you guys told me about in the comments. So if there is, I might be confused, but if the three main people were Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, and Bopper, but then notice how he said three men I respect the most, or three people, or whatever he said. And he said the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. But he said they took the train. It's just interesting. And then he kind of talks about being stuck in space, where this is so cryptic. Like I'm seeing parallels from back then to right now. And there's just so much in here. I don't know how much I could grasp of this on a first-time reaction. Now I'm going to just say this is a first, because like there's so much newness here. All I knew was the hook. I just wanted to be level with you guys and not act like I never heard the hook before, because that's just not true. But trying to dissect this, I don't even know if that's possible on my first listen, and then without any real history about Don McLean. You guys let me know what you think. He got really, and I don't know who came first, Bob Dylan or him, but that's what these lyrics started getting cryptic to me. Like they got on some Bob Dylan stuff. It sounds good, but then I'm like, oh, what does he mean? What does he mean? I bet people been trying to unlock the sincere meaning of this song forever. All right, you guys gonna have to let me know what's going on here. What did I get? Did I get anything right? What did I miss? And I think we might need some more Don McLean on the channel, because I mean, come on, bro. Like, to be real, I didn't even get to enjoy that song as much as I like. Just that hook is like, it's a godsend. It's such a good hook. But I didn't even get to enjoy it that much because of, you know, trying to understand these lyrics for the first time. Like, wow, he's really saying something. There's something here to decode and unlock. He's not joking around. There's something deep here. He's a poet. He's a writer. And well played, sir. And yeah, I know, hopefully you guys don't think I'm a weirdo. I do struggle singing "This Will Be the Day That I just don't want to say that. I just don't. I just won't. And you know what? I want to put this song in my playlist. This is a forever playlist song. I'll put it in there. Okay, but I ain't going to listen to it until the red alarm goes off in the space shuttle on the way to Mars. We're losing oxygen. There's a fire on the bridge. I'll play this song then. Yo, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. This is crazy. Dude, I love music. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. 40!
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boys. 40!
Sheesh.